Hey guys, Mr. Garage here, and it's been exactly 7 days since I sent my pig controller into Pit Boss to get reprogrammed, and it's back. It arrived just a little bit ago, so we're going to go get that fired up. We're going to get it reinstalled, make sure the 10-degree increments are there, and see how well it holds temp. Now, I want to point out the test to see how well it holds temp isn't going to be just today. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a few cooks and a few different weather conditions to see how well that does, but we're going to take a look at it and see how well it does today, at least for the next few hours. I'm going to play around with it. Let's talk about the shipment back to me. Now, I'm not all happy, Pit Boss. I'm not all like, woohoo, yeah, thanks for giving my controller back so quickly, because one thing that kind of ticked me off, I'll show it in a picture, but I got my controller back, and right before I shipped it to you guys, it had the plastic covering over the screen. So I had peeled that exact moment that I put it in the plastic bag to get it back to you guys. I didn't think much of it. I really shouldn't have peeled it off, I guess. And I get it back and I'm going, God, is that fingerprints all over? And then I realize I have scratches all over my screen, all over my controller screen. And I guess that's a shame on me for peeling that plastic right before shipment. But needless to say, you should not have scratched up my screen. You should have been a little more careful. So there's a ding there. The only other ding is I thought, you know what, for all this trouble and all these burnt pellets and all these issues of trying to get this thing dialed in, I thought, Pit Boss, hey, maybe they'll slip in a little gift card for some pellets, or maybe they'll send a little gift pack like they do some people. I was kind of hoping on that for all the trouble that we've all gone through with the 1150, right? And what I got in the package, directly under the tape, so you cut into them when you open them, when you open the box, well, at least one of them anyways. I got these little tiny starter packs. I got some champion chicken and pulled pork rub, which I already have. I like this stuff. But yeah, don't put it right under the tape so you cut into it. So those are my only two little complaints. Gotta have complaints, right? You didn't do perfect on that. But let's go see how the controller does and how that new update does. So let's go check it out. Alright, so let's get right to this update. Now you can see it kind of dancing around right now. We're about 182, 179-ish. And that's on the smoke setting. And it's definitely rolling a bit of smoke on me here, so I'm trying not to gag while I do the video. But anyways, let's get to the app. So we're on smoke. We're about in that 180 range. So we're going to go ahead and hit our controller, and let's take a look at the temp settings. We got 190, 210, moving on up. 10-degree increments are there, making this now the most desirable smoker in this Pro Series, because that is fantastic. Now we hit 300. Now we have our 25-degree increments past 300. We hit 400 and then 450 and high. Why you'd use high, I don't know, other than just to sear something, but you don't want to get the barrel that hot. It just ruins your smoker. So, anyways, let's go ahead and let's turn this down to one of the problematic settings that say they used to have with this. Let's go down to, let's say 250. So we locked in 250. Let's let it sit, do its thing. And I'm going to come back in a little bit and let's see how well it is holding at 250, or if it can actually hit 250. Now I'm lucky. This is a beautiful Arizona day outside. You don't know if you can see the sunset out there, but it is like 75 degrees out. So I don't have any weather conditions that are going to be, you know, skewing temperature at all, or wind or anything like that. But anyways, we will see if it gets up to 250 and how well it holds at 250, and I'll kind of watch it. I'm also going to play around 220 in that range, and then I may bump it up to 300, and let's just kind of see where everything works in those different ranges. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Alright, so we're holding pretty steady in the 250 degree range. I do notice the controller dances quite a bit more, like say between 245, 254, 255 range. It kind of dances a lot more than it ever did previously with the original programming, and it seems like I'm getting a bit more of a puff of smoke out of this thing when it is dumping pellets and does start warming back up again. So that's kind of a cool thing. It just seems like there's more of a swing than before. But the main point is 250 seems to be holding well. I got no complaints there. The temperature you can see on my master probe, that's actually at the middle of the barrel right now on a 75 degree day. So again, for those guys that are in the know, or maybe even the guys that don't know, this temperature really doesn't mean much. That's just your setting. The temp at the meat's what's important. So we got about a 25 degree difference between the setting and the temp at the meat. Again, not a big deal because that's going to vary all over the place with weather, wind, that kind of thing. But Hi, Cat. But for right now, yeah, about 25-degree difference there. And yeah, let's turn this kind of down to the 230 range, and let's see where it holds at 230. All right, so 230 degrees is holding beautifully. It dances between 227 and we'll slowly get up into like the 234 range. It kind of floats in that plus minus range, but for whatever reason, it seems like it's putting out more smoke in between when the pellets dump, and then when it starts cooling back down, then pellets dump, heats back up. Seems like there's more smoke. So I did this hyperlapse. Check this out, and you tell me if you think there might be a little more smoke than what you've got with your current controller. But it just seems like there's more of a temp swing there, and it lets it cool down a little bit more than it did before, which means it dumps some more pellets, and then they have to heat up, and you get a little more smoke. So we'll see how that plays out. Yeah, so let's go up to 300. Let's see what happens there. Now, one thing I noticed, I don't know if it's a fact or not, but let's check it out. It seemed like it heated up a lot faster on the smoker. When I told it to go to 250, it seems like it got to 250 really quick. So previously going to say 300 took an eternity. I'm going to time it from 230 to 300, and let's see how that plays out. So I'll talk to you in a minute. All right, guys. So 10 minutes and about 30 seconds to go from 230 degrees up past 300, or in the 300 range, and temperature's holding really stable at that 300 range. You can see it dancing, which, again, the old programming never danced like this one does temperature-wise. This one does, and that makes me feel like they're being a little more honest. Before, it seemed like it averaged. Once it hit a number like, say, 250, it just displayed only 250, but you know the temp was varying. Either that, or they did program in some a little more of a temp swing between when it feeds pellets and when it doesn't. But anyways, 10 minutes and 30 seconds, completely reasonable. It's not valid to compare my old test to that, because my old test I did smoke all the way up to well past 300, and timed it, and those were different weather conditions, so it's really not fair. But to say 230 degrees to 310 minutes on the pellet grill, especially one of this size, I'm totally okay with that. Now, I'll do some more thorough tests later down the road. I'm not going to do any tonight. It's starting to get dark out. I need to get this video out to show you guys the temp increments are true. They do work. They're 10 degrees up to 300, and then 25 degrees up to 400, and that is a really cool thing. And also the temp at all the settings that I've tried so far, which were 250, then I went to 230, and then up to 300, all of them have seemed very stable. Those are all the things that they advertised for this update to have included. Now, yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. Again, now with this update, really the 1150, I would have to say, without question, is going to be the most desirable smoker until they get this update in the same logic and offer it to all the other series smokers in this Pro Series range with this particular style pig controller. So, all right, guys, I hope this helped you guys out. Get your controllers sent in, and I will catch you later.